Hello everyone, this is Allie from Kidzu. Today, I'm going to show you an activity called Imagining Life. It's from the National Informal STEM Education Network. And we're going to be looking at possible life on other planets. And we're also going to be looking at some living things here on Earth that live in extreme environments. So, is there life on other planets? Well, we don't yet have scientific evidence for that, but we have found some exciting possibilities in our galaxy, the Milky Way, and even in our own solar system. Astronomers using NASA's Kepler telescope have found planets that could potentially have life. They call them Goldilocks planets because they are just the right distance from the stars they inhabit. Not too close, which would make them too hot, and not too far, which would make them too cold. This just right distance allows liquid water to exist on the planet's surface, an important ingredient for life. Citizen scientists have helped these astronomers through a project called Planet Hunters. If life does exist elsewhere in the universe, it might look very different than what life looks like here on Earth. Now, astrobiologists are scientists that look at life on Earth to make predictions about what life might be like elsewhere. So one kind of living thing that they might observe here on Earth are called extremophiles, and those are living things that live in extreme environments. So there are many different kinds. An example might be something that lives somewhere where it's very, very hot, or maybe very, very cold, or it could be too salty or too acidic, or maybe there's a lot of radiation. And by observing extremophiles, we can make guesses or predictions about what life might be like in other extreme environments elsewhere in the universe. So let's look at some extremophiles now. I have many examples here, but if you'd like to read more about each one, you can go to the NISE website. Here's one you may know, a barrel cactus. What kind of extreme environment does it live in? A desert, where it is very dry and it has extreme changes in temperature, hot in the day, cold at night. What about these guys? They live in the extreme cold of Antarctica. Now, you probably recognize this one as a frog, but what is extreme about their environment? During the winter, wood frogs will burrow into the ground. Their breathing and heartbeats stop, and up to 2/3 of their bodies may freeze solid. But when it warms up in the spring, they thaw out, wake up, and hop away. Amazing! Now, here's one you probably don't recognize. This one is called a rushing fireberry. I love its name. It lives in the boiling vents of deep-sea volcanoes. Now, I've saved my favorite for last. They're called snotites. I wonder where they get their name from. Snotites are a type of bacteria that live in colonies in caves. They live in very acidic environments, which means there's a lot of acid where they live. Acid is harmful to most living things, but not snotites. Now it's time to use your imagination. I want you to think about a planet or a moon with a really harsh environment. What's it like? What about it makes it a harsh environment? We can draw a picture of your planet or moon. There's a template available on the NISE website, or you can just use some blank paper. Now, I want you to think about a living thing for your planet or your moon. What is it like? Is it big or small? Does it eat or does it photosynthesize? If it eats, what does it eat? How does it survive in its harsh environment? Here's one that I drew. I drew an icy moon. This is the planet that the moon orbits, but this is the surface of the moon here. This is ice, and then there's a salty ocean underneath. And I drew my living thing. It's kind of a blobby-like creature, and I drew these little filters, these kind of gill-like filters here that are red for filtering out salt. And I drew some lights on it because it's really dark in this ocean under all that ice. And then it squirts the water out here, and that's how it moves. What can you draw? To learn more about planets beyond our solar system, or exoplanets, you can go to NASA's Exoplanet website. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you enjoy imagining life. Bye.